Hi, my name is Anna Rivera, and I'm doing Roots and Rebellion as reflected in Lan Samantha Chang's short story, The Unforgetting. The Unforgetting finds a Chinese family settling in a town in eastern Iowa. This story tackles roots and rebellion primarily through the experiences of the husband Ming Kwan and his wife San San, who forego their past in order to assimilate into their new American life. Rebellion becomes a factor when the couple's son, Charles, assimilates the American way of life and decides to leave his home in order to attend school on the East Coast. The first time Ming sees the Iowan hills, he thinks about how no other Chinese must have ever set eyes on what he has seen. What he's really thinking is that he and his family do not belong there. Sansan asks how they can possibly make room in their heads for everything they will need to learn to live their new life, and Ming quickly answers that they will forget. And so the couple learned what they needed to know to live an American life. Ming gives up his dream of becoming a scientist and instead becomes a Xerox repair technician. Sansan learns to cook tomato soup. They sacrifice their past and their dreams for their son Charles so that Charles' life in America may be easier. They succeed in their endeavor, and Charles not only learns to assimilate, but becomes an excellent student fascinated by American history. He is accepted into Harvard and announces to his doting parents that he will be leaving home. When they hear this news, Ming and Sansan are devastated. In Chinese society, family is the most important factor, and they realize that by raising their son as an American, they have failed to instill in him the values that matter to them most as Chinese. Ming and Sansan are then forced to realize that their efforts to forget their past have left them with nothing, and that nothing remained of the stories and meals and people they'd known. Nothing but what they remembered. Their world lived in them, and they would be the end of it. They had no solace and no burden but each other. The unforgetting is not just the task of remembering, but the more difficult process of unraveling all of the threads that cause one to wish to forget. In this story, the parents forget their roots and their culture in order to assimilate and help their son succeed in their new home. Charles, in turn, rebels against his parents, who have never opened up to him and who haven't taught him the values that are treasured by their Chinese culture. Charles follows the example his parents have unwittingly set for him and makes the choice to leave home and strike out on his own. In China, the family, again, is the most important union. In America, individualism, which Charles has copious amounts of, is more prized. This is the family's main conflict, as the Chinese philosophy of life differs from the American. Ming and Sansan have to confront the ferocious disappointment of watching their son leave them behind, much the same way they left their old lives and selves behind. They are caught between the burden of their past history and that of their unknown future, in which they must finally confront the alienation and loneliness that they have avoided facing. Thank you.